Good morning and welcome to all those who have now joined in since this last week or since the last time I did one of these little vlogs. Seems like the community is growing. And I'd like to start off with saying again, this is not designed or wasn't created for, oh my gosh, I'm sideways here. Sorry, folks. To become a sales funnel. Whether you're wanting to do readings for others, whether you're trying to sell love potions. There's, again, every one of these I'm going to put out so that people hear. There's a group of people, that's what they're out to do, and they're stealing other people's identities on Facebook and getting in, and then they do this thing where they sell an idea of giving you a love potion to bring this other person, your other party, you back to you. And that's not the way it works. I'm sorry. You can't force somebody to love you, and that's forcing somebody. So, and that's just not the way this kind of energy works. So with that being, welcome all who's now joined up. I want to say this to all who might listen to this. Not everyone likes to spend the time to listen to a vlog. Most like to just see a couple words and chip in, which is fine. Everybody has to do and find their way. I want to start off, well, now I want to continue. Somebody wrote about ups and downs, you know, I'm adding the ebb and flow of this kind of a connection. This connection is like no other connection. So there are those who are joining in and saying, you know, this person makes me smile. Is that a sign? These signs that you are going to find on this journey are going to be like no other signs. This thing that happens to you is going to be to wake you up, to turn everything upside down in your world and shake you like you've never been shook before. So if any of you go back and look at all the little vlogs that I've put on this site, this is like the other person coming at you with the paddles to jump start your heart, and boom, the electricity comes through and everything opens. This is the journey. This is when you know. It's not just, oh my gosh, this person made me smile. No, this person turns your world upside down. And it's designed, I believe, the intent of this connection is to wake you up. And for most, if you're like me, and there are some out there that I'm a hardhead. So even though I might know certain things, there are certain parts of my heart that I have protected most of my life. I have protected for a reason, because I've been hurt before. And so growing up, I learned how to hold a lot of things in. This person unlocks that door, and it's unexplainable. It is explainable, but for each is going to be a little different. But it's like nothing else that I've ever experienced, and I've experienced many. For me, it's many, a few relationships, and they've all been different. Been married for 20-something years. A very karmic connection. That relationship, I had to come through things. I was brought up through Catholicism, and you know, I came through a divorced family, and I swore I would never marry but once. This is something that in my head I believed was the way to go, because I would watch others, you know, and this is what we learn by watching other people. And I believe that to be true to one person was my goal in life. And I married somebody that went out of their way to prove me wrong. So I married this person twice. And I've spent most of the rest of my days after that falling apart being by myself, as I am right now. Even though this person, my twin flame, walked through my life, not knowing what it was, the term, even still to this day, I recognize, and I have this place where you can come with a title, The Twin Flame Journey. But I believe the true title should be, the true name of this journey should be the journey of self, you finding you. They are just a reflection of who it is you are. So the things that you feel in this connection are just you, the other piece of you. Yes, the body in which they come to you with, it's like being home. I've described this many times. When I first kissed my other, I looked into her eyes. This is what I do now. You can't hide. You can hide, you can protect, but for those who have a seeing and knowing eye, they can go. I seen her soul, and it was home for me. It was a new experience. I didn't know how to explain it. I was completely shocked. And when I told her, in between a kiss, do you not feel this? This is, and there wasn't really a response because I think she was startled. But that's me assuming because she never did respond. I was startled. But right then I knew that I could say, and I did say. Normally I would have held that in going, oh, note to self, what the heck just happened here? But then it goes. Then you start finding the comfort in this connection like no other, because you're home. I found myself revealing most of all of me to this soul, as she did me. Guarded, but yet she did like I know at the time no other that she had come in contact with, or that she wasn't. So, this journey, you will know if you're on it or not. I'm a firm believer there are the ups and the ups and downs are you dealing with the ego, because this is where the soul and the ego have a conflict. The ego has been in control of most of my life, going after the things, seeking out the identity outside of myself, looking for those things that would be recognizable to society to say, this guy is where he is because he's reached this pinnacle in his life with the things he's acquired. And that was my goal. I hit this moment where it was like all of a sudden there was no happiness, no joy, nothing. It was like, what am I doing? Then the person comes in and she asks, what is it you do? I came from another place, came here, no plans, no goals in the sense that I didn't know what I came here for. I knew I was drawn here. I knew I came back to my origin here. I was born in this place. I knew I came back for a reason. The reason was there just before me, or it was coming to me. As Rumi said, what you are seeking is seeking you. And there it was. It took me a minute to find her, or us to find each other. Now, with that seeking, what's seeking you is, what you're seeking is seeking you. I also believe that what you are truly seeking is you. I said this in my last vlog, that we are truly seeking us. And then when you find you, and you're going to find in this connection, that's what this connection is for, is you finding you healing you learning how to forgive yourself, letting go of the things you've held on to all of your life, the hurts. Once you get to this point and start understanding how to love yourself and forgive yourself, this is when you open up. You open up in a way to where it changes your energy. And yes, they will feel this. They will feel this. As they feel you being sad, angry, they feel the emotions and they know the shift. Now, they may not be able to identify it, but I know for myself, it's true. They do feel. Just like those who are asking the question, can they feel you? Yes. I have emotions wash through me where I could be in one emotion where I'm like good, and all of a sudden a sadness washes over me. Part of this is being an empath, and many of you on this journey will realize you are an empath and you feel other people's energies. And unless you learn how to protect and put a shield, a protection around you to block some of that energy, You will be affected, but you will know there is a difference within this connection. Their energy is identifiable because it'll be like, this, it's familiar. So I am now at a point where I feel it, I recognize it, and I'm at peace with it. It used to be like, dang, get the phone. I'm called, hey. But through time, I've learned I send love. Every time I get those, I send love, healing, loving energy. That's it. That's the mission. That's your job. That's what you need to do. And then with time, like everything, the more you do, the more you will find yourself knowing how to contend with this emotion that washes through. It's a reminder they're still there as they feel you. Again, the whole goal of this connection is you doing you working on you. Let go of the notion that they are not there with you because they're always there with you. Why do you think you feel these emotions when they're not physically right next to you? It is because they're reminding you we're always together. But in the ego mind, our ego mind is saying, no, they're not because they're separated. They're somewhere else. This isn't a time, because you're going through this, if you are, not everyone here is in separation. A lot are in union, which is, man, but not everybody will. People will come together in the twin flame journey and you will do what you're supposed to do. The beginning, I always describe this as in the beginning of the connection, you are doing some severe healing on each other. You're bringing things up. You're bringing things out. You are doing the work and all of a sudden you find the motivation to do the work on you. But at first, you will think it's outside. And it's not, it's inside. The emotions that are going through you are areas in which you need to do you. So this morning I wrote down to somebody that start writing down all the positive things that you've gained from this connection. Write them all down and make your list. And then write another list of all the things that you feel hurt from this soul, your other half. Write them down and then start looking at this list. And you will start seeing the areas that you will be able to go back in your own steps, your own childhood, and you will see areas in which you need to contend with. Abandonment, think about that. This love that you think has left you, this love has never left you. The love is here within you. You will start seeing these are areas of what you have to address within you. Now, eventually, when you start going through this list, I'm going to say, after a while, you start processing this list and you start seeing it for what it is, the pluses and the negatives. And you start understanding the reason these emotions are being brought up within you. There's going to be a moment where I will say, you will find a peace with this. And this is when you're going to go somewhere in nature where you can be quiet in nature somewhere. And you're going to take this list. And what I suggest and what has worked for me is I start naming them. Thank you, so-and-so, for these things that you have brought up within me, and start reading them off. You say it from your heart and you speak it out of your mouth. And then also the negatives. And you are grateful. You are thankful. And you have forgiveness in your heart. But mostly you're thankful for the connection. Not everyone is connected this way. Not everyone will be connected every life cycle. So understand this is a special moment in your life cycle. And then once you say these out loud that you have written down, then you're going to light this piece of paper, however many you have. And then once they go, you're going to release it to God and the universe, saying, now I release you from me. And I am grateful for this connection. You see, we have ways in which we can heal ourselves. We are all, and I say this and I'll keep saying this, we are divinely created in a beautiful vessel that is self-contained. Everything we need is here within us. We can change the vibration in which we project out by what we feel within inside of us. If you want to change the mood in a room where there's people, come in angry and watch the room shift. You know, I went through a time in my life where I had to learn how to walk without a leg. I lost it. And I had to project what I seen myself, how I seen myself recovering. So I know the power that we hold. I know that we are all miracle making machines. Many of you will sit and look at the mountain that's in front of you. This that you think is an impossible situation, an impossible mountain to climb. This relationship. It isn't. You have to see where it is you want to be here in your heart and your soul. And know that in time, you will be right where you're supposed to be. And stop focusing in on the minute in which it'll happen. Is this my twin flame? When is this going to happen? There's no time parameters on that. There's nobody, you can pay everybody in the world to give you a time frame. But this other soul has the final say. They can sit and go, I'm not ready. I understand the significance of this. I feel what you are saying, but I am not ready. It's called free will. They have a choice, as you do. The point is you doing the healing that you need for you. And in the end, it's a win-win because you are changing your own vibration. You're standing in your own power. The power is you. And when you start changing your own vibration and raising it with love, you're going to see, you are going to become this magnetic person that's going to draw what you are seeking to you, not by force. This is just an energy, as we all are. But it's a matter of changing your energy. Lately, I've been attacked by people disagreeing. And I've been actually attacked with people trying to come and write bad things about me, about the people that I work with. It was like, oh, wow, okay. But it's an energy. So I see it as this negative trying to force me back to where I would defend myself back in the day. Now it's like, okay, whatever. I know that when I'm attacked, I know there's something just right around the corner that I'm supposed to receive that's good. But it's trying to block me from what it is. And so now I just embrace what is coming. And when I see something negative, I go, okay, something's coming. Here it comes. All right, I'm anticipating. What it is, I don't know, but I'm anticipating something positive happening. And this is how it works for me. And it has. And lately, it went from a negative, short negative, to a positive. So now, as far as this connection, I no longer worry about the time and the date in which we come back together, because it may not be this time. But I have proof that it's been many lifetimes, so what am I to worry about this lifetime? Yes, yes. Would I love it to be like this again? Yes. But it's all a matter of energy. And it's all a matter of divine timing. So I trust. I trust in this journey. I trust in the knowing that I know that I'm here for a reason, as my other half is also. But it's understanding the reason, as you are. And it's not just for the connection of the two bodies coming together and it's like, everything's perfect. This goes beyond. And when you are in connection, yes, everything is. Your energy, I said this on a message that I sent out, or a response, that when the two come together, the energy that is projected outwards is off the freaking charts. I know when I do energy work and I'm with this, oh my God. Okay, squirrel for a second. I do energy work, energy healings. And I was working with a person on my table. And as I was working with them, my twin flame came in and was standing across from me as I was going around this table and putting and moving energy where I needed to move it. I'm in the middle of this, and all of a sudden I look up and there she is doing the same thing, mirroring every movement that I did. And it was like, oh, now you talk about throwing me off because I was missing her. But I was still focused in the beginning. I was focused in on what it was I was doing. But she came through. Now, the thing of it is, why did she come through? She came through because she was feeling what it was I was doing. And there was a time in a past life where we had done these similar types of things together. And her higher self came in and visited. And it was like, ooh, it threw me. Because I had never experienced that before. It did throw my energy. But now I know. We connect always. Whether we're together or not. So you have to face that. You have to understand that. This connection is strong. And it's not a matter of, I talked to someone online like no one else before in my life. Does that mean? No. That just means you enjoy that other person. You find a connection. No, I don't. There's much more to this than just getting a happy emotion listening to somebody. Because when you come together, it's like everything inside you just blows up. And the blowing up part, this part, okay, now I'm going to come to a close here. The part that most people struggle with is that disconnect from the ego. The ego is battling to keep control of what it had control of all of your life. The control of your thoughts, the control of your emotions, making things happen, protecting you. Your ego was designed to protect you from others. And so it's defensive. It's also defensive of letting go. Because this connection, all of a sudden, the power shifts and the heart opens. And there's where the battle begins. Your heart feels crushed when this person leaves, like it's never been crushed before. In the mind, your ego says, remember, I've tried to warn you, but you don't listen. So, there's much more, but I got to roll. So I'm going to try to understand this journey is like none other. You're doing an awesome job. Be well, be loved always, and until next time, stay awesome.